Hey yo, is this thing on? Okay, it's on. And we're back. It has been a minute, everybody, but welcome back to the Bandwagon Sports YouTube channel. I'm your host, DaRock, and I am here back with layup lines, talking some NBA basketball. And as you can see, it's been a minute. I'm gonna issue a quick apology. Like I said, I work in minor league baseball, so this past month has been by far my busiest month. And so it's been a little bit tough. I was getting a little bit stressed out, I'm not going to lie. Trying to keep up with all the games every day, make a video every day on top of all the work and, other things in my life. So I just kind of shut it down for a month. But here we are. We got 2 games into the NBA Finals. And I'm going to talk about them. Maybe talk a little baseball, talk a little hockey at the end here. I'm not really sure. I just kind of want to get back into it because it's been a while, like I said. And, I just keep, like I said, I've been busy. So I just kind of keep making excuses on, I'll move to this day, I'll move to this day. It's like no, I just got to do it. I'm going to come out and do it. I don't really care, if this isn't a great video. Like I said, been busy. So I haven't watched all these games. Like Game 1 I did not watch. I just watched the highlights afterwards because I was working. Game 2 last night I did get to watch. And in that Game 2, the Boston Celtics, they come to a 105-98 win over the Dallas Mavericks, take commanding 2-0 lead in the series. My bet of the Boston Celtics to win the NBA championship before the season started. Granted, they were the favorites. I'm not gonna toot my own horn too much. It's looking pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good right now with two games to go. So, 105-98. Really the big player in this series so far for me has been Jaylen Brown. I think he's been the best player on the Celtics. He had 21 points last night with 7 assists, 4 rebounds. He actually was a -3 when he was on the court, so not his best game. The leading scorer was really Drew Holiday. Big offseason acquisition for them. He had 26 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal as well on the defensive end. So he was a +6. Him, Tatum, and then Derek White. Derek White's been playing phenomenal. He had a big block at the end there that really sealed the deal when Dallas was trying to, make a bit of a comeback. So it's those 3, man, really just kind of dominating. I mean, also Kristaps Porzingis, he was the overall plus-minus leader. He was +12, came off the bench, 12 points, gave 23 minutes. He's played well so far. People were kind of worried he hadn't played in a while. It'd been over a month since he played before he came back here for the finals. And I'd say so far, he's living up to the billing. He's playing well. He's looked good so far. And Boston by far has just been the better team. Like I said, Jason Tatum has not been great. Jaylen Brown, I think, has been the Celtics' best player in this series. He won the conference finals MVP as well for Boston. But Dallas, they do have the best player in the series, Luka Doncic. I mean, he almost single-handedly looked like he was going to will him to winning this game here in the fourth quarter. He had 32 points on the whole, as well as 11 assists, 11 rebounds, so triple-double for Luka. 30-point triple-double, man. Earlier, some of my videos that I was talking about, mid-season, he set the record for, most 30-point triple-doubles in a row, so here he is. He's doing it again here in the playoffs. Solid game for him, but, I mean, Kyrie needs to play better when he goes back to Dallas. I understand, maybe it's the kind of the old legends of Boston still haunting him a little bit. Kyrie, he only had 16 points on 18 shots, 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. 6 assists. That's not good enough from Kyrie. He needs to be a better kind of distributor, and if he's not going to distribute, get his. So I've just kind of been disappointed in him a little bit. That's been the difference. PJ Washington had the next most points for Dallas. He had 17 with 7 rebounds. But Dallas just as a whole, I mean, really not a great shooting night. They shot 47%, not horrible, but only 23% from beyond the arc and only 67% at the line. They're not shooting the ball well. Boston's playing some really good defense that's making it difficult for Dallas here to get their shots. Dallas is going to be a 1.5-point favorite on Wednesday here for Game 3, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern on ABC. Series flips back to Dallas. Let's go through. We'll look at Game 1 here a little bit quick. But Game 1 was a blowout, 107-89 win for Boston. This was one, like I said, by the time I was kind of checking scores on my phone at work, it was pretty much over. The Celtics just dominated this one. Luka, that game too as well, 30 points, 10 rebounds. Only 1 assist that game though, so not great. 14 points again for Washington. Kyrie, 12 points, 2 assists on 19 shots. That's what I'm saying. Just not good enough from Kyrie here in the Garden. Off the bench, I mean, Jalen Hardy had a decent game, but that's just because he kind of came in and hit some shots. I guess he was the one player who did that in 11 minutes. I don't know. That didn't do anything in Game 2. Once again, Porzingis came off the bench, played really well for Boston. He had 20 points on 13 shots, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, 6 rebounds as well. Jaylen Brown was the leading scorer in that game, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Jason Tatum had a double-double that game, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. So he's played a good second fiddle. I'll give him that. He hasn't been the killer and just kind of gone out and got it I think people wanted him to in this series. But that's been fine because, like I said, Jaylen Brown has been their best player. And just as a team, like, Boston has a better team. Dallas has the best player in the series in Luka Doncic. Neither Tatum or Brown are better than Luka Doncic. But they honestly might be players 2 and 3 best in the series the way Kyrie's playing right now. It's been really disappointing. Drew Holiday, that game, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Wait, I don't have all the stats. Well, let's see here. Nothing really crazy. I mean, Brown actually had 3 blocks in game 1, so that's pretty impressive. Porzingis, like I said, Porzingis playing good defense. He had 3 blocks as well. Everyone was big plus in game 1 for Boston. Like I said, they kind of just destroyed that game. Never really. I mean, like, Dallas, I think, went on like a little bit of a run in the third quarter to like cut it to 9 here. Let me see if I can pull up the game cast really quick. But like I said, pretty much outside of a couple minutes, Boston just looked like really, really just in the lead. Yeah, in the third quarter, Dallas cut it to what? 8? I'm seeing like 8 is like the closest. So, I mean, just like I said, but I don't really know how many more times I can say Boston's a better team. Game 3 in Dallas, like I said, Dallas is the favorite. Maybe going home, the momentum shifted for them. Maybe they can take one at home, but honestly, I really have a hard time seeing this series going more than, like, definitely not more than 6 games. I think Boston should win in 5, would be my prediction currently. So let's go with that. I'm going the Celtics in 5. Then we'll jump over here to the Stanley Cup. We had game 1 back on Saturday. It's been a minute. Game 2 is tonight, Monday night. For those of you watching, listening this afternoon, when this will come out. But Florida, they take game 1 3-0 on a game that they got outshot 32-18. Like, Edmonton definitely had like some of the better chances, more shots on goal, but then this is kind of karma. That's what they did to Dallas in game 6. Like, Dallas had more shots. They had, like, were in the ozone more. You thought they were going to score, but they couldn't. Edmonton stood strong. And Florida, I mean, this is kind of how Florida is, like, positioned to win. They want to win low scoring, grind it out, monk games. Bobrovsky, man, he had a great game. Bobrovsky, it is Sergei Bobrovsky. Why am I tripping, bro? Great game, another shutout for him. Stuart Skinner, he played fine. Played fine for Edmonton. I mean, obviously, gives up 2 goals, empty netter. He's not on the ice, can't do anything about that. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy, man. Like, Florida, they played exactly the style they wanted. Let me go back to the goals here. It was Carter Verhaeghe, I know, had the first one. I believe it was Evan Rodriguez with a second. And I didn't see who scored the empty netter. Like I said, Saturday night, I also was out and about. I went to the first ever women's soccer game at Wrigley Field between Chicago Red Stars, Bay FC. It was a good game. Sadly, not the result the Red Stars wanted, the hometown Red Stars, but that was really cool. Listerinen scored the empty netter in the third with like 5 seconds left. But yeah, Rodriguez from Bennett and Montour, Verhaeghe from Barkov and Reinhart. I mean, this one should be a good series. This is kind of, but like I said, that's exactly how Florida wants to win games. That's how they bid. I mean, Game 6 was a perfect example of that in the Eastern Conference Finals. They beat the Rangers 2-1. They just kind of grinded out New York. They won a couple low-scoring games. I believe this is Bobrovsky's like second or third shutout already in the playoffs. So I think they probably have better goaltending, and that is going to be big in stopping Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid for Edmonton, who are 2 of the best scoring players in the world. So I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I also have money on the Panthers to win the Stanley Cup, so I'm feeling pretty good. Thinking I can walk away with some decent money. I might have decent puck knowledge. I did also. I never clipped it. Like I said, I've been so busy. Back on, it was, I want to say March 11th. I posted a video. It was like start of conference championship week. My morning shoot-around video. I'll like link it up here. I did pick, because it was post-trade deadline. I gave post-trade deadline Stanley Cup Finals prediction. I said Florida and Edmonton. So, like I said, might know some puck. I picked it right back on March 11th. Here we are in June, months later. I'm going to complain a little bit. The Stanley Cup, bro. Why is the Stanley Cup going later than the NBA Finals, bro? Like I said, in the playoffs, ESPN does a fine job like covering hockey. It gets its love. It's also been getting more love like in mainstream media, so I do like to see that. But like the Stanley Cup used to be over by now. Like hockey's a winter sport. We're now playing like into the end of June, essentially. I think June 24th would be the final day of that series. So that just kind of bugs me. I think it's a little bit to do with like ABC and stuff, like having the Cup Finals now, wanting to schedule it around the NBA Finals. I mean, granted, that makes sense. And like in the past, I never think they had like the Stanley Cup and the NBA Finals on the same day, because I mean, yeah, you don't want to do that. It's both sports like championship. You don't want to compete with each other. So I don't blame them, but I mean, like, because one of my buddies tried, like, phoning me when I, like, had this take. He was like, oh, he sent me Patrick Kane's, like, winning goal to win the Western Conference Final. I was like, that was a lockout year. I win later. Then the next day I sent him the Blackhawks Game 6 Patrick Kane winning goal against the Flyers in 2010. And I was like, see, like, look, the final's usually done by now. Right now, we just had Game 1, Game 2 tonight. So, Game 2 tonight, back in Florida. Like I said, I'm confident in the Panthers. I think they maintain home ice. I'm going to give the Panthers. I think the Panthers win both games here on home ice. Then I could very well see Edmonton doing the same thing, going back the other way. And then, maybe Florida takes out those last two. I'm going to go Florida wins in 6. I think the Stanley Cup will be a little bit more competitive than the NBA Finals. So that's my pick, Florida in 6. Hopefully win me some bread in both the NBA and the NHL. And then I also want to talk a little baseball. I was mainly last night, if I'm being honest, like the Sunday Night Baseball got the main screens. You can see here my New York Yankees playing the LA Dodgers. It was a great series. I mean, Dodgers actually took 2 of 3, absolutely dominated on Saturday after Game 1 Friday of the series. Went to like extra innings and 11 innings. Teoscar Hernandez, funny enough, the Dodgers have 3 MVP candidates in Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei Ohtani, who they signed this offseason. It was Teoscar Hernandez who just killed the Yankees. He had 2 home runs on Saturday. He had the game-winning hit on Friday night. Friday night also Yashibu Yamamoto, who these two teams were very, very highly competitive. He was kind of between the Yankees and the Dodgers to sign. He signs with the Dodgers, and he makes the Yankees regret not signing him. He shoved. Great game from him. Let me pull up his final stat line here. I'm sorry, I was just getting the box score up. So like I said, just kind of wanted to get out there, put something out. It's been a minute. So let's see here. If I can find... Oh, you got to go pitching. Yeah, Yamamoto had 7 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 106 pitches. So, like, bro was dealing a little bit. He only allowed 2 hits. In 7 innings, only allowed 2 hits. The New York Yankees offense. Granted, no Juan Soto. We'll get to that in a second here. But, I mean, Aaron Judge, like, they still have other guys that can hit. And they just kind of got shut down on Friday night. Like I said, 0-0 game after 9 innings. Going the soccer reference there. There was some baseball games in London this weekend at a soccer stadium. So, and like I said, I went to that soccer game at Wrigley on Saturday. So got soccer on the top of my mind a little bit here. But yeah, so Dodgers won Game 1. Then Game 2 on Saturday, they just have an offensive explosion. I mean, it was late. It was pretty close late in the game until, like I said, Teoscar Hernandez, man, grand slam. He had 2 home runs on Saturday. If I'm remembering correctly. Sorry, loading it up here. So did Aaron Judge. Granted, his was a little bit more inconsequential, but 11-3 win from the Dodgers, man. It was not looking great for the Yanks. Yeah, 2 homers from Teoscar Hernandez. It was a close game until, Dodgers scored 7 runs in the last 2 innings. So what was a 4-2 game just ballooned. Ended up winning 11-3. Looking pretty good. Let me shout out some other people this game. Anyone else? No, I mean, it was just Teoscar Hernandez with 2 home runs. Kike Hernandez also had a home run, so everyone just named Hernandez killing him. Freddie Freeman did have 2 hits, 2 RBIs as well, so good game from him. And then, like I mentioned, for the Yanks, 2 home runs from Aaron Judge, both solo homers though. So Alex Verdugo, good addition. He had 2 hits as well. So like I said, it was 2-0 Dodgers. Was not looking good for the Yankees. Looking to get swept here on Sunday Night Baseball. The Yankees, though, they step up. Luis Hill, once again, good outing from him. He's been pitching. I mean, he might start the All-Star game for the American League. He's been pitching really well. And that's where I'm saying, like I said, Juan Soto, so he was injured this series, did not play. That was the Yankees' big offseason addition. No games from Juan Soto. He's been dealing with some arm inflammation. Sounds like he probably should be back this week for the Yankees. Have another big series against the Royals. Royals, sneaky team in the American League. But he was on Friday, like getting ready to pinch hit Juan Soto. That was, but then Sunday night, Trent Grisham steps to the box. The whole crowd chanting, "We want Soto!" Like wanting Soto to pinch hit for Trent Grisham. Because this is right after the Yankees are up 2-0 on a couple scoring plays. Yeah, Oswaldo Cabrera homered, and then Aaron Judge doubled. Like I said, he was killing it. He always steps up when the lights are brightest. Then the Dodgers answered. They took the lead. They took a 3-2 lead off another Teoscar Hernandez homer. And as well as Mookie Betts, like I said, MVP. He had a double. It scored 2 runs, tie the game. Then Hernandez homer took the lead. So Trent Grisham up to bat. They want him pinch hit. Bam, 3-1 homer. There it goes. See ya. Clutches up for the Yankees. Judge added another homer in the 8th for an insurance run. They end up winning the game 6-4. And so, like I said, would have liked to win the series. Not a super great feeling losing the series, but for that last game going the way it did, like I will take it. yeah, like I said, Luis Hill, not his best outing, only 5 2/3, did give up 300 runs, sadly, but like I said, the Yankees shut it down. Clay Holmes made it a little bit interesting in the ninth, gave up 2 hits, but ended up getting the save, getting it done. So Yankees and Dodgers, they split a series, and just everything I'm hearing, again, do not want to get too far ahead of myself. I very well think this could be the World Series we see in October. I don't know if it's a bold pick. It's probably the favorite in both leagues. Granted, the Phillies do actually lead the league in wins for the NL. But like I said, in that March video, I picked the Stanley Cup Finals correctly. This is a little bit later here. We're going beginning of June to October. I'm going Yankees-Dodgers. I think that's going to be my World Series pick right now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to wrap it up. Just kind of all I want to talk about. Like I said, I guess it was more morning shoot-around than layup line. Just kind of all over the board talking about sports. Like I said, Stanley Cup and NBA Finals should be finishing this week. Baseball, I want to try to talk more baseball. Like I said, even though I do work in baseball, it is a little bit difficult to cover on a daily basis. It has a kind of a similar style to college basketball. Or college basketball, they play 2 games a week. Baseball, they play 2 series a week. So I'm hoping I can work out something there. Father's Day is this Sunday. That's always like a big day for baseball. Hopefully I can maybe work out some special video there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, but if you're still here, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Every part of support really helps. And, comments. I love hearing comments. I love interacting with you guys. That really kind of motivates me. Like I said, sometimes I struggle to get the motivation when I'm tired and down after working a long day to get on the mic and do this, but I really do. I do enjoy it, and I really enjoy interacting with you guys. So any comments, your thoughts, words of appreciation really do mean a lot to me, and it'll help me, stay more consistent. So I appreciate you guys for doing that, and I'll see you next time. Peace.